Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to Barre. My name is Claire. I'm your instructor for today. If you're new to Barre, Barre is a combination of yoga, Pilates, and ballet with an emphasis on ballet. It's a moderate intensity workout. You have some equipment you can use for today's class, including some light hand weights, a chair or desk, and a throw pillow to place between your legs, but none of those are required. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and read our campus rec waiver, and then we can get started. So in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. All right, and so with that, we can go ahead and get started. You can meet me in a standing position on your mat. We're going to start by getting ourselves a little bit warmed up this morning. We're going to get our feet shoulder distance apart, toes facing forward, a slight bend in those legs at all times during today's class to protect our knees. And we're going to start by rolling back those shoulders and adding in a slight plie. So when we come down, we bend those legs, feeling that stretch in our calves, a nice deep shoulder roll, incorporating that breath in with it. Good. We have 4, 3, 2, and we're going to switch directions going forward now. So now we're going to roll those shoulders forward, maybe deepening that plie a bit, feeling that stretch from the back of those calves. Good. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're going to get our heart rate a little bit more raised by going into a standing march. We're going to start by bringing our hands up in front of our body and just tapping our knees like so. Our knees are about hip distance. Just a nice little march before we add in our arms. Good. We have 4 more, and we'll add in our arms. 3, 2, last 1. Now we're going to bring our arms above our head and draw them down, feeling those shoulder blades squeeze behind us. That heart rate starts to raise as we have those arms above our head. Good. We have 4 more. 3, and we're going to add a twist. And 2. Last 1. Now we're bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. We're feeling those obliques, that core start to engage. Our heart rate is raising. Our legs are feeling it. Our whole body's feeling it. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. We're now going to get a little bit more acquainted with our positions for today's class, starting with first position. First position in ballet is a soft V in those feet. Your heels are slightly touching, if not touching. Nice V in those feet, very comfortable feeling. This is our first position, and we're just going to shoot our arms and our legs out into second position. Second position, our feet are a little bit more than shoulder distance apart. Our toes are turned out, and we can go into that grand plie, shooting those knees out. A nice neutral spine, meaning our glutes aren't tucked in or out. They're just nice and neutral. And once we're comfortable here, we're going to shift that weight back onto our left foot into tendu. So we're here. We can stretch those arms over and then come back into second position, grand plie, and repeat on the same side. So we stretch over, then stretch down. Stretch over and down. Good. As we come down to that grand plie, we feel that stretch on our legs. And when we come up, that stretch on the side of our body. Good. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to repeat that, but first we're going to stay in this grand plie position and just pulse, bringing our arms down. Tiny little pulses. We're not bouncing. We're doing intentional lifts and lowers for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and we're just now going to repeat that on the opposite side. So we're going to shift our weight now to that right leg, stretching over into tendu, stretch on that side of the body, and then coming back down to grand plie and back up. Still keeping that neutral spine when we come down. That means those glutes are tucked in or out. We're keeping those knees above those ankles, not going in front of our toes. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Staying down. We're now pulsing again. Tiny lifts. We are bringing those arms above us now. In front of us. Maybe those legs are starting to burn a bit. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're now going to shift those hips to the side of the room. They're squared to the side. Our right leg is in front of our left leg, toes facing forward, hips square. We're going into a lunge to get our legs a little bit more woken up. So with a nice 90-degree bend on both those legs, your front knee is above that ankle, not going in front of that toe. And we're just going to straighten and lower. Good. Feeling those legs wake up, that heart rate raise. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And we're just switching to the other side now. So we square those hips to the opposite side. Your left leg is now in front, toes still facing forward, 90-degree bend in both those legs, lowering that back knee down to the mat or carpet and straighten. Good. Keeping those hips square, we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to finish up our warm-up by going down to the mat. So coming to the end of your mat or carpet, bring those feet together, shoulder distance apart. We're going to bring our arms above our head, shoot them out flat back down, and then touch our toes, doing that nice deep stretch on the back of our legs. Staying here for a second, let's bend our right leg and then our left leg, just rhythmically switching between the two to feel that nice deep stretch. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now bringing those fingers down to the mat, we're going to walk ourselves out into a plank position. For our plank position, we want a nice long flat body, drawing a straight line from our shoulders to our wrists. Fingers nice and spread out, core engaged. Good. And then we can shoot those hips back and go into downward dog. Feeling that stretch in those calves again, maybe pedaling out those feet one more time before we finish up our warm-up with a little bit of an arms workout to get ourselves ready. All right, so shifting our weight back forward, we're gonna have 2 options to finish up this warm-up. You can stay in this plank position or bring your knees down to the ground. We're gonna do 10 push-ups. That means you're lowering your chest to the ground, shooting your elbows out to the side and up. So picking whatever option you want before we go into our full arms workout. We're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1. So we're lowering down and up. That's 1. 2, keeping that core engaged, nice flat back. We're not drooping it. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Shoot those hips back. Go into child's pose for a second. If you guys want to grab a quick sip of water with me, you can. That finishes up our warm-up. We're now going into our arms portion. We're going to do a few movements on the mat. No more push-ups, I promise. And then we'll go into standing for some movements with those weights to get a full, nice arm workout before we go into our legs workout. We're going to start on the mat again though with our arms workout, working on those forearms a bit. We're gonna come onto our knees again, or you can come up onto your toes. The movement is gonna be like this. Your forearms are on the ground, your fingers are planted on the ground as well. And you're just going to bring your right arm in front of you, tap it and lower, and then bring your left arm in front of you. So the key here is to not drop your hand or lose your balance. Use that core and those hands to balance you. Good. Using that breath to keep yourself engaged, not falling when you shift. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're going to repeat that, but first we're going to do something in between to change it up a bit. We're going to come up off of those knees if you were on them and shoot our hips back into a downward dog position while keeping those forearms on the ground. This is a dolphin pose. And then you're just going to shift back into that plank. So you shift your hips back, staying on those forearms, and then come forward. Continue doing that while I take off my socks. You may want to do the same. I am sliding like crazy. Good. So we shoot those hips back and then use our arms to lower ourselves down. Feeling this in our forearms. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Take a minute, go on those knees, shake out those arms. We're going to repeat that again. So we're doing 10 of those forearm taps, 10 of the dolphin downward dog shifts. And then we will do one more little movement to target our triceps, and then we'll go into standing. So once you have regained your breath again, we're going to repeat that combination, really burn out those arms, coming back onto our forearms. Once again, you can be on those knees or on those toes, but still keeping that core engaged, nice flat back. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. So we're bringing that right arm out to tap, and then our left arm to tap. That's 1. Maybe getting lost in the music or the sound of my voice. This is 3, 4, 5. We're halfway done. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last 1. Good, that's 10. Take a minute, regain your breath, maybe shift those arms back to give a slight break to those arms before we go back on those forearms to do those 10 dolphin downward dog. So we come onto our knees into our plank position and we shift those hips back and then come forward. That's 1, back, and 2. That's 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Those are challenging. That was a challenging combination. So take a minute, regain your breath. We're going to flip onto our back to target our triceps for a minute before we go into our standing portion. So maybe shake out those arms, loosen them up. We're going to come onto our feet. Our feet are in front of us. We're going to plant our arms by our side, our fingers facing towards our toes. Our fingers are right by our shoulders. And we have 2 options here. If you want to lower the impact on your wrists, you can keep those hips onto the ground and just lower your back like so and straighten. This is the first option. You still keep that gaze fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of you to protect your neck. If you want a little bit of a higher impact option, you can take those hips off the mat like you're about to do a crab walk and use your hands to lower your hips and straighten them. We're doing 20 in total. So pick whatever option you want. We're targeting those triceps right back here. Keeping that gaze fixed in front of you. We're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. We're halfway there. This is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 more, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. Drop those hips. That's tough. Great work, everyone. Let's stretch out those wrists really quickly before we go into standing. We're going to flip our hands so they're facing in towards the mat, the top of our hands, and we're just going to press them into the ground, putting our weight into that mat to feel that nice stretch there. Good work. Whew. And then, as always, I like to now incorporate my WandaVision arms. So just rolling out those wrists like so, like your Wanda and WandaVision if you're a Marvel fan or a witch, just like kind of rolling them out. It's just really rolling them out like this, but you can add in some fun pretending you're Wanda. And we can go into standing. Great work. If you guys want to grab a quick sip of water, you can. This is the part of the arms workout where if you want to grab those light hand weights, you can. If not, absolutely no worries. It's still a great workout, even without the weights, as we just saw. So picking whatever option you want, we're going to come first into first position. So just like in our warm-up, our feet are in a nice soft V, toes facing out, nice comfortable position. And we're going to bend those legs slightly to go into plie. So we're making a nice diamond shape with those legs now. We're going to tilt ourselves forward, our back around 40, a little less than 45 degrees, a nice flat back. And we're going to bring our arms above us like so. 90-degree bend in both those arms. And we're just doing tiny pulses with those arms, bringing them up and down. And if you want to incorporate those legs a little bit, you can add in a plie and straighten with them. Great work, everyone. You guys look amazing. Feeling that movement in those arms, feeling that burn start to incorporate. Good. Hearing the water jiggle. I hope it's sealed enough. One time, some of you may have been in this class, I decided to use, I think I have a melatonin and it burst open during class. So hopefully that won't happen with the water. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job straightening that back now. We're going to work on that chest a bit, bringing those arms in and out, 90-degree bend. We're goal posting now. Good. Always keeping a slight bend in those legs, never fully locking them. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lower those hands for a second, shake them out. We're going to work on our chest a little bit more and our whole arms with a nice compound movement. We're going to bring our hands in front of us like so, with a slight bend of them, palms facing inward, and we're going to lift them in front of our body. Shift our palms so they're now facing in towards each other. Open our arms to the side. Bring them back together, flip them down and lower. That's our movement. So we're lifting, flip those palms, open and close. Good. Making sure we're not straining our neck at any point and keeping that soft bend in those legs to protect our body. And if at any point you feel like you need to just drop those light hand weights, absolutely no worries. It's still a great movement. without the hand weights. It's whatever you're feeling for today's class. Good. We have 8, 7, 6. We have 5 more. We're close. Whew, feeling that. This is 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Take a minute, shake out those hands again. We're gonna work on our biceps a bit now. So bringing our arms to our side like our elbows are glued, we're gonna curl to the side and then curl our arms to the front. So we're feeling that nice squeeze in those biceps right here as we come forward and then to the side, keeping those elbows glued. Good. With these light hand weights, especially with movements targeting the biceps, it's important to make your own tension. So as you come up, you squeeze up and then intentionally lower down. Squeeze up, intentionally lower down. We should never be dropping our hands or dropping our legs. We always want that nice intentional movement to keep that muscle always working throughout our entire movement. Good. We have 8 more. We have 7. Nice little scoops. This is 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Good, last one. Good work. Good, we're now going to bring our feet out into a nice wide second position, and we are going to raise the roof. This is definitely a move where if you want to drop those hand weights, you can, but if you want to keep them, you also are welcome to do so. We're going to bring our arms above our head like so. Nice 90-degree bend in both of them, and we're just going to raise them above our head and back down to 90. Like we're raising the roof. If you want to drop those light hand weights, you just place those palms up and down. And if you want to get that full body moving, you can bend those legs back down to that second position, grand plie, and straighten. We're raising the roof. We're getting this party started. Our pop versus rock if you're listening to the playlist, or whatever you're feeling. Good. Feeling that in our shoulders right now. And our legs as we work them all. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. We can grab those hand weights again. We're going to finish up this arms workout, once again targeting our triceps. We're going to go into a slightly different position. We're going to have our feet around shoulder distance apart with a nice bend in those legs. With a flat back, we're going to tilt forward around 45 degrees with our gaze fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of us. We're going to glue those elbows to our sides, just like we did during that bicep section. But this time, we're just going to extend our arms behind us and then curl them back in, like we're a skier about to embark down the mountain. I've never done it, but I don't know if I could. I have terrible balance, actually. But we can dream. We can pretend. Good. Feeling that right here in the back of your arm. That's the tricep. Making sure that gaze is still fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of you to protect that neck. Good. We're finishing up this arms workout strong together. Good. We have 10 more, and then we're going to add on. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're now going to keep those arms out and pulse up. So pulsing up now, feeling that in those triceps, keeping that gaze fixed in front of us if we need to, shaking out those arms before coming back into our position. Good. Pulsing up, we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. You can drop those light hand weights. Let's stretch out our hands. That finishes up our arms workout before we go into our legs. So let's stretch out our hands, bringing that right arm in front of us, grabbing in front of or behind that joint, but not on it. With that slight bend in those legs, feeling that stretch. Good. Before bringing that right arm behind us and letting those fingers walk down our spine. I'm planning this week to really enjoy the outside weather because, as many of us are probably aware and terrified of, the cicadas are coming soon, and I want to enjoy the weather. We can cross our left arm in front of us now before they come. I have like very vivid memories when they came 17 years ago. it was crazy being that left arm behind us now. So definitely want to enjoy that before that happens. I like to say I think it's very rude of the cicadas to do that this year. I think they should have known that we had a tough year and that maybe they should have waited another year. We can bring those arms behind us now. Flip those hands out so our palms are facing out to open up that chest. And if we want to deepen that stretch, you can let your upper body fall down to really open up that chest. Good. All right, we can go now into our legs workout, our bar portion of our workout. If you want to grab a quick sip of water really quickly, I encourage you to do so. I'm going to do the same. Good. We're now going to go into our legs workout. We have some work on the bar, and then we'll go down to our mat to finish it up. We're going to start with one hand on the bar, making sure we have some room behind us and in front of us. If not, it's behind you, we can tilt and it'll be okay. But just as a heads up, we'll be doing some lifts behind us, in front of us, and behind us. We're going to start with our feet in first position, one hand on the bar. So that's soft B. We're going to do what is called a développé. We're going to bring our outside foot, so for me, that's my right, and put it with a pointed toe on our lower shin. So the inside pinky toe is now touching our shin. And we're going to plie, so bend that left leg slightly, and then straighten both legs, bringing that outside leg in front of us with a pointed toe. It'll be turned out, meaning that knee is facing up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to plie back down. So this is a développé. We're straightening out and in. And if you want to incorporate those arms, you can. Bring your arm in front of you and then out to the side, looking down and then lifting up. I like to say, picture there's a string on top of your head, and when you lift up, it is pulling your head up. This is working that standing leg as well as that inside thigh to keep that turnout. And it's very pretty. It's like we're ballerinas today. Good. We have 8 more. 7, 6, 5. We're going to add on 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to bring that right leg in front of us and bend it slightly. A nice 45-degree bend in that leg. The inside of that knee facing up towards the ceiling. Our inside leg is also bent. This is called attitude. We're going to do attitude leg lifts. So now that string has shifted and it's on the outside of that knee. That's where we're going to be lifting. So we're lifting up and down, keeping that slight bend on that inside leg. Good. We're now starting to feel that in that standing glute as it balances us, as well as that inner thigh on the right leg. Picturing that string lifting you up and down. You can have that hand on your hip. If you want, you can bring it above your head to lift and lower. Good. Feeling that burn start to kick in. Whew. Great work, everyone. We're here for a bit, so get comfortable, maybe lost in the music. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then we're gonna pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're now keeping that leg lifted, tiny lifts for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a minute, regain your breath, let those legs rest for a second. We're now just going to do that on the backside now. So you can rond de jambe, meaning you draw. Oh, can you not hear me? Oh, that was good. Okay, cool. I was making sure. Sometimes my audio cuts out. So we're going to bring our leg behind us like so. Our leg pointed behind us. If you don't have room behind you, you can tilt slightly, like a 45-degree bend. We're going to start with that développé, and then we'll go into the attitude. So we're now going to have that big toe touching on the back side of our foot. We're having a slight bend in that standing leg. Bring that arm in front of us, and then we're going to développé out into arabesque. So we're coming in and then développéing out. Now we're feeling that in both our glutes, our standing glute as well as that lifted glute as we extend into arabesque. That string is back on our head, pulling us up like we're ballerinas. Good. Great work, everyone. We have 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lowering that toe down, we're now going to do a backwards attitude. So our leg is a nice 45-degree bend. Now that outside of that knee is facing up towards the ceiling. I like to have a hand on my hips starting out just to make sure our hips are opening up. They're nice and level with each other. And we're just doing a nice attitude lift and back, really feeling that in that glute now as we lift and lower. Right now, it's not the height that matters. It's the proper form, feeling that squeeze and lift. Also definitely feeling it. And that standing glute, I am feeling it. Good work, everyone. You guys are doing great. This is a challenging bar section. You all are troopers. We're all doing this together like our own ballet class. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're now saying lifted tiny pulses for 16, 15, 14. That's squeeze for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. That's a tough little combination, so great work. We're going to go into our next movement before we go on to the other side. This is where, if you want, you can grab a throw pillow, blanket, sweatshirt, and place it in between your thighs like this. If not, no worries. It is definitely not required. It's just a little added thing to kind of change up the movement and add in a different level. So we're going to waddle ourselves to the bar, both hands on the bar. We have 2 options here. You can keep your heels on the ground and just do a regular squat. For our squat, we shoot those hips back, a nice proud chest, meaning if there was words written on your chest, someone in front of you could hear them or read them, not hear them. Keeping those knees above those ankles, not going in front of those toes, making sure we can wiggle them if we wanted to. So this is our first option. It's a great option if you don't want to put too much weight or stress on those heels. If you're looking for an added option, however, you can join me in coming up on lifting those heels off the ground onto those toes, and we're just doing the same movement, just in releve now. Gliding up, gliding down. Using that bar to balance you, but not putting too much weight onto it. Really feel like you could lift those fingers up if you wanted to, and just using it for a slight balance. Still keeping that nice proud chest. Feeling this in our thighs, our glutes, our calves, while holding that throw pillow. It's a fun challenge. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're coming down now. We're going to drop those heels again if you have them lifted, and only lift one heel, our right heel, and we're going to pulse down. So we're targeting that left glute now, keeping that same positioning. Good. Slight pulses down, feeling that burn. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that right heel, lift that left heel, and we're pulsing down, leaning into that burn. That means those muscles are working. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those heels, come back up. You can come up onto releve or not. We're doing 10 full squats just to round out the movement. So we shift those hips back and up. That's 1, 2. If those legs are shaking, that's completely normal. They're working. Mine are shaking. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. You can drop that throw pillow for a minute. Guess what? We get to repeat that on the other side. Yay. Super fun. So I'm going to shift my bar just so I can keep facing you. You don't have to shift it. It's up to you. Just make sure that you're not doing those movements on the other side using a different leg. Making sure we're good on timing. We are. Awesome. So starting with one hand on the bar, we're coming back to that first position again. Those heels in a nice soft V. Right now, your opposite hand. So for me, that's my right hand, and my right leg are into the bar. We're going to come back into that développé. So we're bringing that left leg or the outside leg to touch that pinky toe, touch your shin. And we're going to plie down and then développé out. We're all experts at this point. You guys are mastering this. So once again, remembering that string lifting you up and lowering you down. Good. Feeling that nice arm scoop. I love doing this. Makes me feel very fancy and like a ballerina. Letting my arms go in front of me and then open. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. We're now going into that attitude. So that front leg, that pointed leg, is now going, foot cramp, is coming into a pointed foot. So that inside of that knee is now facing up towards the ceiling. We're keeping those hips level, and we're just lifting and lowering. Once again, the height isn't as important here. It's the correct form. Feeling that inner thigh lift you and lower you while that inside leg is stabilizing you. Good. You can keep that arm above your head if you want, or on your side, on your hip, whatever you're feeling for today's portion of this bar workout. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying lifted, we're pulsing for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work, everyone. We're now just going to repeat that on the back. So we're rondeggianing, meaning we're drawing that toe behind us if we need to, making a slight diagonal on those feet to make sure we have room. We're going to start with that développé again. So now our big toe is touching the back of our leg, right around that heel area. We're bringing that arm in front of us, slight plie, and then we développé out into arabesque. Making sure those hips stay level, meaning one's not opening up like so. That string is on top of our head again. It's like there's a marionette above us. I think that's right. Yeah. Or I don't know puppet terminology, but it's okay. You guys get the gist. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job lowering that foot. We're now going to that attitude again. So that leg is a nice 45-degree bend. The outside, that knee is now facing up towards the ceiling. Keeping those hips square, we're lifting and lowering, really feeling down that lower glute. The height doesn't matter. It's more important we keep our hips level. So if you need to put those hands on those hips to feel it, I find that to be really helpful. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying lifted, we're pulsing for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a minute, regain your breath. We have one more movement to finish up this legs workout before we go into a quick little core workout and our cool down. We're grabbing that throw pillow again, and we're going back into those squats. So once again, you have the option. You can keep those heels on the ground. You can lift them off the mat into releve. It's whatever you're feeling. Maybe those legs are a little bit more fatigued, or maybe you're looking for a little bit more of some added challenge. Whatever you're feeling to finish up this legs workout. With both hands on the bar, hips square, we're shooting those hips back and coming into our squat. Good. Keeping that proud chest, knees above your ankles, not going in front of those toes, really feeling those glutes extend out and lift yourself up. Good. We have 8, 7, reposition, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. This time we're staying down. We're lifting that right heel again, and we're doing pulsing down. Good. Feeling that burn start to incorporate in that non-lifted leg. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that right heel, lift that left heel, and we're pulsing again. Now feeling in our right glute again. That burn start to kick in. It's kicked in already, but we're feeling it especially. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower that heel. Come up. We're doing 10-fold to finish up this legs workout. We're shooting those hips back and up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job, everyone. That finishes up our legs portion. That was a challenging one, so you guys did amazing. You can shoot away that standing bar. We're now going to go into our core workout and then our cool down. So you can grab that light hand pillow, throw pillow, because we still will be using it right now before we go into our final little plank challenge. We're going to start by doing what we call in bar an earthquake position. You don't need a throw pillow here. It's just something, if you want to use it, you can. We're going to bring those feet in front of us like so. If you have that throw pillow and want to use it, you place that right where your tailbone meets the mat or carpet, like so, right around there. You're bringing your arms in front of you. We're gonna tilt back roughly 45 degrees. You'll feel that core engage. That's right where we wanna be. And we're gonna lift ourselves up and down. Feeling that core start to work. When we were in the studio, we had these things called bender balls that we put right where our tailbone meets the mat. And they always are crazy. They definitely get that earthquake going into full drive. So we're trying to mimic that right now. Good, we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're now staying in this earthquake position and we're opening ourselves up to the side and to the front, and then up into the other side and down. So we're staying in this 45-degree bend. We're now just starting to work those obliques a bit. Good. Open to the side and to the front. Good. We have 4, 3, last 2. This is our last one, and then we're going to target those obliques a bit more. Good. Staying in this 45-degree bend, we're just going to be doing Russian twists. So we're twisting to the side, bringing those arms close to the side, and then to the other. You have the option to keep your feet on the mat, or you can lift them off the mat. It's whatever you're feeling for today's class. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're keeping those arms out in front of us now to finish up this earthquake section by pulsing down, down, down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work, everyone. You can take that throw pillow and throw it aside if you want, throwing the throw pillow. We're going into a quick little plank challenge before we go into our cool down. The plank challenge, we are just going to be doing a minute plank in full and then 2 15-second side planks. That is our full plank challenge, and that is how we're going to finish today's class. Your options are you can stay on your knees like we were doing in our warm-up. You can come down onto your forearms, or you can come up onto your toes on your forearms or on your hands. It's whatever option works best for you to finish off today's class. We're going to start. I'm going to give you some cues throughout it to distract you as we go. We're starting soon, so picking whatever option you want. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. So lifting those knees off the ground if you want, or keeping them on. Either way, that core is engaged. We're drawing a straight line from their shoulders to those wrists, fingers nice and spread out. If you're listening to music, maybe getting lost in it, or thinking intentionally about how your muscles are sending energy throughout your body right now. Your feet are energized. You feel that energy spiraling through your legs, through your core, through those fingers, all the way to your head. We're halfway through. Great work, everyone. If you want to distract yourself a bit, you can shift your weight forward and back. Just a slight change in the movement to distract ourselves. Good. You guys are close. We have 15 seconds left. Thinking about all the intentions that you set and all the hard work you've done as we finish off today's class strong. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Drop those knees onto the mat. We're finishing off today's class with 2 15-second side planks to work those obliques a bit before we go into our quick little cool down. So coming onto your side, you can either have that knee on the ground like so, or both your feet lifted. We're starting to hold for 15, whatever option you want. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Good. So feeling that core engaged as we finish off today's class. Getting reacquainted with your breath as we go into our sweet cool down in just a few seconds. And now we'll quickly shift to the other side, shifting to your other arm, finishing strong. We have 15 more seconds left in the work of today's class. You guys have been doing amazing. It's a challenging class. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work, everyone. Come onto your back. We're gonna finish off with a cool down. If you wanna go to the end of their playlist, there's some cool down music. Either way, we're gonna start with a nice stretch. So coming onto your back, hugging in your knees close to you. Good. Getting reacquainted with your breath. And using your momentum, you're gonna roll yourself back up into a seated position, bringing your toes together for a butterfly stance. Feeling that stretch in your groin, flapping those wings. Good. And if you want, you can bring those arms down in front of you to deepen that stretch a bit, letting that head fall. Good. We're going to bring that right leg in front of us and bring our fingers to our toes, or however close you can. If that's just your knee, your shin, whatever feels comfortable, we're just feeling that stretch in that leg. Good. And then to stretch out that body a bit more, we're going to cross our right leg on top of our left leg, like so, for a nice twist position, and take our left hand and place it on that right knee. To twist our body, feeling that stretch in those obliques, as well as our glutes. Good. It's one of my favorite stretches. Good. And now we'll bring that left leg forward and bring our fingers to our toes, or however close we want them to be. Dropping that head, maybe using your breath to inhale, and then deepen the stretch. Good. And then we'll do that on the other side. Now crossing our left leg over our right leg, bringing our right hand to go on the outside of that knee, and twisting to the other side, feeling that stretch in our left glute, as well as our obliques. Good. Good. And now we'll bring our feet together again and shift our weight. So we're coming into a nice standing position. We'll start with our head draped over. Let's nod our head yes, and then shake our head no. One more time, nodding yes, and then shaking no. Good. And then we'll begin to slowly roll up, stacking each vertebra of our spine on top of each vertebra, and then our shoulders, and then our head. Let's stretch out our neck really quickly, and then our full body, and we'll finish up today's class. So grabbing that left hand, feeling that slight tug on that neck, not too heavy, just a slight tug to feel that stretch. Good. And then shifting to the right, that slight tug again. Good. And as always, to finish off today's class, I like to do 3 full body stretches to think of all the goals and intentions that you set, met, and exceeded during today's class. So bringing our hands above our heads, we're gonna stretch to the right, feeling that big stretch on the side of your body, thanking yourself for spending an hour dedicating time to your health and wellness. Good. Coming to the left, keeping this energy as we go into final season. It's a tough time, but you guys all got this, and you're spending much needed time to focus on your well-being. And then we'll go to the center, one final big silent stretch. And then bringing those hands to heart center. Thank you guys so much for today's class. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording now.